Kingdom of Play, written by David Toomey, published in March of 2024 by Scribner, with a snippet read by Richard Coombs. Available for checkout right now at the Alice L. Pendleton Library. In the winter of 2020 to 2021, many of us were anxious, lost, and alone. We were talking to screens and tired of talking to screens. It was difficult to imagine a future that would be anything other than a long succession of days. But one morning in January, the Smithsonian National Zoo in Washington, D.C. posted videos from its panda cams. 5 inches of snow had fallen overnight, and the zoo's 2 adult giant pandas, Mei Xiang and Tian Tian, were playing in it, rolling, somersaulting, and sliding slowly down a long, curving slope. The video was shared widely. Friends sent it to friends, grandchildren to grandparents, dog lovers to cat lovers. Many who watched it set aside the hardships of that terrible year, and for a moment felt a surge of happiness. The pandas' play came as a reassurance, a reminder not of mere normalcy, and there was much talk that year of a return to normalcy, but welcome evidence that for all its woes, the world still held a place for exuberance and even joy. As to their manner of play, most particularly one panda sliding on his back head first, it was a willing surrender to gravity and momentum, a trust that all would be well in the end. In that way, it was even an act of faith when we needed most to see one. Animals at play inspire wonder, delight, and even awe. Yet, until recently, scientists had given animal play little attention. It's a curious oversight. Play in humans, especially human children, has been a subfield of psychology for more than a century. Other human behaviors, mating, grooming, and caring for young, for instance, have been illuminated by research about the same or similar behaviors in other species. We might expect the library shelves would be creaking under the weight of books, doctoral theses, and journal articles describing and theorizing about animal play. But they aren't. By comparison to other kinds of animal behavior, the number of studies on animal play is meager. There is no journal of animal play, no handbook or encyclopedia of animal play, no institute of animal play, and no college or university with an academic department dedicated to its study. And in more than 120 years, only 5 books have treated the topic exclusively. Why has the subject been so neglected? Likely for several reasons. For one, play is hard to define. Practitioners in fields ranging from child psychology to cultural anthropology have offered definitions ranging from play underlies all creativity and innovation, to play is cruel sport, teasing, and competition, to play is the source of rituals and myths by which we structure our lives. Play can be difficult to distinguish from other behaviors, say exploring or mating. Even when play is well defined and well identified, it can be difficult to observe since most animals that play do so for only a few minutes a day. Another reason scientists neglect play is less about what behavior in animals counts as play and more about what behavior in scientists counts as work. Until recently, many of the committees and granting agencies that approve and fund scientific research considered animal play undeserving of serious inquiry. No one knew this better than the late Jack Panksepp, a pioneer researcher of animal emotions. In 1990, he told an interviewer that play is a topic that many still deem as relatively frivolous and unimportant. Ethologist Gordon Burghardt notes, with evident chagrin, that when he mentions his work in animal play to other scientists, their response is often only amused interest and a shared story about a pet. Even those who've conducted research in the behavior have suggested that efforts to understand it may prove futile. Philosopher Drew Hyland, in his 1984 work The Question of Play, doubts that play can be rigorously defined, let alone analyzed. Robert Fagan, in his masterly Animal Play Behavior, after spending nearly 500 pages surveying the research and thinking surrounding the subject, called play a pure aesthetic that frankly defies science.